You know what? Why not give my 2 cents into this shit? Now, at the start of The Last of Us 1, Ellie was just 14 years old in a brutal world with clickers, runners, and human scum. She got a knife, later on she got a bow and arrow, and a whole lot of goddamn attitude problems too. Meanwhile, Clementine for Telltale's Walking Dead started off as a vulnerable little girl, but grows into a seasoned survivor by her teens, facing walkers and tough moral choices. Both of these girls, they went through hell, but their worlds are challenging and different. Now, when it comes to survival and maturity, I'm Team Clementine all the way because she literally started out as a 8-year-old child, a little girl in The Walking Dead Season 1, learning the ropes from Lee Everett, because by the time she was a teenager in later seasons, she became a leader, scavenging and planning and keeping groups together. She even had to make gut-wrenching decisions like leaving Lee or deciding who lives or dies. That literally builds up insane mental toughness and maturity. Ellie is tough, no doubt about it, but let's be real here. Before Joel even died, she always leans on Joel or others for guidance in part 1 and part 2 of The Last of Us. She's literally got older, but her decisions like chasing revenge shows that she's still impulsive and emotionally raw. Basically, she'll crash out and can't control her emotions. I'll admit, Clem did have it easy because in the world of walkers, it's less chaotic than Ellie's clicker-filled nightmare. But Clem's ability to stay calm and think strategically and grow from her trauma gives her the edge in terms of survival smarts and maturity. She also has Ellie when it comes to emotional intelligence as well, because Clementine been through loss after loss. Lee, Kenny, her parents, friends, etc. But she channels all that pain into protecting others, like AJ, and she's sympathetic as well, because even though she was skeptical of the New Frontier, she also tried to build trust with that group and help even the kids back in season 4. And she also stays level-headed even when the world is falling apart. That's emotional intelligence on a whole nother level. Ellie, on the other hand, struggles. Her trauma, losing Riley, nearly losing Joel, I ain't gonna lie, that made her angry, reckless, and sometimes self-destructive, especially in part 2 of The Last of Us. She got heart, but her emotions often cloud her judgment. Clem's ability to process grief and still make rational goddamn decisions puts her ahead here. Ellie's raw and real, but that instability holds her back in this category. And this is where I have to unfortunately switch sides, because in my opinion, in terms of combat, I think Ellie takes this one. And here's why. Because even though I love Clementine, let's be real here, Clementine had it easy compared to Ellie. Because unlike The Walking Dead, The Last of Us, the clickers, they evolved. They became faster, stronger, and way more scarier than the walkers. One wrong move, and you done. Ellie's trained by Joel a little bit to use stealth, bows, and guns, and her trusty switchblade. She's literally taken on infected horrors, and even several fights too, all by herself. That's next level combat skill. Now Clementine, she ain't no slouch now, because she is skilled when it comes to knives and pistols, and hell, even with Javi's bat when she saved him that one time. And she's also taken down walkers, raiders, and groups of people. But let's be real here, walkers are slower, dumber, and easier to predict. Clem's fights feel more about strategy than raw combat prowess. Ellie's been forged in a harsher world, so in a straight up fight, I bet my money on goddamn Ellie. I'm sorry, Clementine fans. And this is coming from a Clementine fan and me as well, because I like Clem more than Ellie. But even I can put my pride and ego to the side and admit that Ellie can easily beat Clem. And now that everybody has left this house, let me go ahead and adjust the elephant in the room real quick. And that's the goddamn bias. Look, I love Clementine. Clementine's a fan favorite. People love her. People love her growth, her character development, her heart. Ellie, she just get flat for being brash, or for part 2's divisive story. And I understand. I even seen on fucking Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and hell, even in Reddit, with folks calling Ellie just weak as hell compared to Clem. And I'm calling BS on that. I'm sorry. Because Ellie, she is not weak. She's just different. Her world is more intense, with infected, that make walkers look like a joke. The hate she gets feels unfair to me, because like, people are blinded by their love for Clementine, man. I don't blame you. Because both girls are incredible. But Ellie's combat edge and Clem's survival maturity deserves equal respect. So let's just stop the bias. But who wins, though, is the question. If we're talking about survival, maturity, and emotional intelligence, and actually lasting long in the post-apocalyptic world, Clementine got that shit on lock, cause she is the ultimate survivor, growing up from a scared kid to a leader who keeps her cool. But when it comes to combat, Ellie takes it, no doubt, thriving in a world that's way harsher than Clem. But overall, I lean toward Clem for her all-around strength. But Ellie's no pushover though, because the fan bias for Clem needs to just chill, because both these girls are legends in their own right.